Coming up in your MTN News, honoring those who serve.
Big things are happening across the Treasure State for Veterans Day. I'll give you a closer look at one program happening at a Great Falls school coming up.
Plus, it's a debate that's been dividing hunters and landowners for years, the legality of corner crossing.
I'm John Riley here at the Continental Divide. I'll break down what corner crossing is and how a recent Supreme Court action may impact thousands of hunters.
We explain what a legal case in Wyoming could mean for Montana and why some say the future of public land access hangs in the balance. And later, Montana tribes stepping up, how traditional methods are being used to support communities in a time of need.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 10 o'clock news.
Thank you for trusting KRTV for your 10 o'clock news. I'm Tom Wiley. Today is Veterans Day with celebrations taking place nationwide. Over Washington, D.C., a ceremony was held at the World War II Memorial on the National Mall. Veterans from several different eras came together to observe the occasion and honor those who served this nation. Those in attendance laid wreaths and listened to speeches marking Veterans Day.
Pretty happily to see the veterans of today who seem like they're in pretty good shape. And it's different than it was years and years and years ago after the Vietnam years.
The Veterans Day Parade in New York City is billed as the largest commemoration of military veterans in the country. Well, the day marked a special moment in Lincoln as the first flag was raised at their new Veterans Memorial. The inaugural ceremony honored those who have served, with local leaders and residents gathering to pay tribute. It's the start of a new tradition, giving the community a place to gather and celebrate the sacrifices of Montana's service members. Meanwhile, the students at St. Patrick's Academy East had a special celebration of their own. The Purple Star School held their first annual Veterans Day program, paying tribute to service members past and present. MTN's Madison Collier was in attendance.
At St. Patrick's Academy East in Great Falls, students took time to honor the men and women who have served our country. Veterans and their families were welcomed into the school gym, where kindergarten through 8th grade students offered handmade cards, music, and messages of gratitude. The school band performed patriotic pieces while the choir and younger students shared what the Pledge of Allegiance means to them.
Today we are at St. Patrick's Academy East in Great Falls, Montana, and we are celebrating our veterans today in our community.
The event invited not only veterans, but also military-connected students and their families. As they watched, children shared songs and reflections honoring those who have served.
We have invited veterans and their families and our students and their families who are in the military to come and listen to our band play, our choir sing, and our littles do a program on what the true Pledge of Allegiance means.
St. Patrick's Academy East is recognized as a Purple Star school, meaning they provide strong support for military-connected students. With nearly 60 military children on campus, honoring Veterans Day is a meaningful tradition.
We are big supporters of our military community here in Great Falls. We are a Purple Star school, and we're very proud to be a part of that program.
Staff say it's not only a history lesson, but a chance for students to personally connect to those who have served.
I would like to thank all of our veterans and active military right now who are serving to protect our freedoms and the home that we live in.
The school also held space to honor fallen service members, making sure every sacrifice is remembered. They hope this program serves as a reminder that gratitude is year-round, not just for Veterans Day. In Great Falls, Madison Collier, MTN News.
The wind was not as strong today as it has been over the past couple of days, but it was another gusty day. We had a few gusts over 60 miles per hour along the Rocky Mountain front And east of the Rocky Mountain front, several locations had peak wind gusts over 35 miles per hour. Cut Bank had a peak wind gust of 41 miles per hour. 43 miles per hour was the top gust in Havre. 45 miles per hour was the top gust in Great Falls. Augusta had a peak wind gust of 48 miles per hour, and Deep Creek in Glacier County had a peak wind gust of 68 miles per hour. That wind has since diminished, and we just have a light breeze in most locations right now. It was another mild day today, as high temperatures were in the 50s and the low to mid 60s in most spots. And right now it's cool outside as temperatures are in the mid to upper 30s and low to mid 40s. Mostly cloudy and mild tomorrow. We are finally going to get a break from the wind, but the wind is going to return as we head into Thursday and Friday. Near record warmth is possible on Thursday as well. Now we'll look at your 7-day forecast in a few minutes.
New tonight at 10. Montana has more than 30 million acres of public land, although more than 700,000 of those acres are locked behind private land. Some people use corner crossing to access those areas. MTN's John Riley breaks down the legality of corner crossing in Montana in a new case law out of Wyoming.
From hunting and fishing to hiking and camping, let's face it, Montana just wouldn't be what it is without public lands. And let's be honest, it's a big reason that a lot of us live here. Now, we've had some people reach out wondering if a recent Supreme Court case involving corner crossing from Wyoming might impact Montana. Well, it's complicated. So let's take a look at what corner crossing is before we get into the case. Now, let's say here and here is private land, while over here and here is public land. The act of corner crossing is when I cross from one piece of public land into another without actually stepping on the private land. In Wyoming, pharmaceutical executive Fred Eshelman tried to sue a group of hunters for trespassing when they used a ladder, this ladder specifically, to corner cross onto public land that was locked in by his property. The 10th District Court of Appeals agreed with the hunters, saying that nothing they did violated federal law. In October, the U.S. Supreme Court declined to take up the case, making that ruling case law. Here's the thing though, because the Supreme Court did not take it up, that case only impacts the states in the 10th Circuit. Montana, that's in the 9th Circuit. So, is corner crossing legal or illegal in Montana? It's complicated. Montana FWP maintains that corner crossing is unlawful without landowner permission. Now, a trespassing conviction could land you up to 6 months in jail and a fine of up to $500. However, there's no law on the Montana books that directly addresses corner crossing. I spoke with several lawyers about the issue of corner crossing in Montana, including a prosecutor. Now, they agreed to speak to me on background, but didn't want to go on camera because of the clients that they represent. All of them said that most county attorneys don't prosecute corner crossing trespassing crimes, and that they're not aware of any corner crossing trespass that's actually made it to a jury in recent years. So, it will likely take a case similar to Wyoming or action from Montana lawmakers before there is a definitive answer on corner crossing in Montana. In Helena, John Riley, MTN News.
Crazy Mountain Ranch is pushing back against state regulators who say it broke a court order tied to its watering of its private golf course. The Montana DNRC wants to fine the ranch $8,000, claiming it used water that wasn't legally authorized for sale. The ranch says it followed the consent decree and legally bought the water from the city of Boulder. But DNRC says the city's irrigation well wasn't permitted for bulk sales. Now a Park County judge will decide whether the state's enforcement motion moves forward. Montana tribes are turning tradition into action as families across Montana struggle with hunger this season. The Crow tribe is using buffalo to provide meals during tough times. Tonight, MTN's Will Wagner shows how heritage, culture, and feeding families come together in a meaningful way.
A Veterans Day luncheon was held in Crow Agency. Organizers of it say celebrating those who fought for them is tradition.
It's very fulfilling for me as a younger veteran. And serving the older ones that have served before me. Traditionally, as Crows, we've always celebrated our warriors. And so for me, it's important. I really enjoy doing that for my people.
Everybody needs to come back to doing community events, hosting stuff like this, embracing the veterans for everything they've done, and it just brings the community back together, you know.
Chaz Benz is the Crow tribe's bison manager. He plays a big role in distributing both bison and elk meat across the reservation, some of which was served at the luncheon. With a recent lapse in SNAP benefits, he says distributing meat has helped to keep families fed.
Have people put their names down, and right across from their name, I got a family size, just to give us an idea of how many people we're actually feeding during those distributions. So every time we do a distribution, it's 200-300 people that we're feeding.
The bison herd got started on the reservation back in the 30s, though its numbers dropped over recent decades. Ben says he has taken steps to grow the herd back over 1,000 head to continue to keep the tribe fed for generations.
So we're just barely over 300 head on the mountain. So that's my goal right now, is to get those numbers back up to 1,000 or 1,500 even. We have the range to do it. So once we get our numbers up that high, then we'll just keep going with these distributions, and we want to get the meat into the school programs. So we're feeding up, just get everybody healthy, get the herd healthy, the people healthy. That's the plan.
In Crow Agency, Will Wagner, MTN News.
Coming up, a push for pom-poms.
I'm Quentin Shores with MTN News. The Bison Dance Team is asking for help from the community, and I'll have more on how coming up.
From Montana's news leader, you're watching the MTN 10 o'clock news.
Well, the Great Falls High Bison Dance Team is calling on the community for support. They say donations will help them create a unified look, lift confidence, and make sure no student feels left out. MTN's Quentin Shores has more on their mission to spread school spirit.
The Bison Dance Team here in Great Falls is asking for help from the community to help raise funds for pom-poms.
The style has evolved from drill team to more of what you see the kids doing nowadays, maybe hip-hop, more pom. So yeah, it's just changed over the years, so now it's the Bison Dance Team.
With roots to the late 40s and 50s, the Bisonettes, now dubbed the Bison Dance Team, has been keeping school spirit alive and well here at Great Falls High. The dance team still has ties to its drill and cheer roots, but now with more of a focus on inclusivity.
Hello, my name is Lily Allen, and I am involved in the dance team here, and I really wanted to be in dance because I love to dance so much.
The School for the Deaf and Blind here in Great Falls collaborates with Great Falls High, and as a result, the dance team is able to grow to a larger group. Here in the gym at the crack of dawn, you'll see them practicing.
So right now we're raising money to buy new pom-poms for the team. This helps eliminate the individual cost for the kids because not everybody is able to afford their own poms.
The poms are important to the dance team as they perform all over Great Falls, not just at halftime shows and assemblies, but community events as well.
It matches and it's more fun, it has more energy, and so I like the energy. It's just more fun, and I feel more connected to the audience. And show them more energy so that they can get ramped up.
We'll have a link on our website for those interested in donating. In Great Falls, Quentin Shores, MTN News.
It was mild again today with high temperatures in the 50s and the 60s, but how long are these mild temperatures going to stick around? I'll let you know my full forecast after the break.
Storm Tracker weather starts now with Chief Meteorologist Ryan Dennis.
Welcome back, everyone. The Aurora Borealis has been putting on an epic show tonight. By far the best show of 2025 and probably the best show that we have had since May of 2024. We have had a front row seat for the Aurora Borealis tonight here in Montana. The northern lights have been visible throughout the entire state, not just on the horizon, but actually overhead, even within city limits. That's how strong this geomagnetic storm is. It's actually been a G4 geomagnetic storm, so it's been visible all throughout the United States, including in states like Arizona, Texas, and Florida. And I've received dozens of messages, honestly probably up to about 100 messages from viewers like you with photos of the Aurora Borealis, and I love seeing these different photos, and I really appreciate you guys sharing the photos with me. And if you do have any amazing photos of the Aurora Borealis, you can share them with me either on Facebook at Meteorologist Ryan Dennis or via email ryan.dennis@krtv.com. KRTV10pm.com. G3 to G4 geomagnetic storm conditions are expected to continue for the rest of tonight. We have another chance to see the northern lights throughout much of the U.S. tomorrow night as well. This is what the view line could potentially be for the rest of tonight and tomorrow night. Much of the central and northern U.S., including all of Montana, has a great chance to see the northern lights. And again, tonight in places like Arizona, Texas, and even the panhandle of Florida, we have had reports of the aurora borealis being visible. For the best viewing conditions of the northern lights, make sure you get away from city lights and have a clear view of the northern horizon. Now, it has been a beautiful day today outside of the wind within Great Falls and really in most locations within north central Montana. On the Great Falls Clinic ICAM, we have had partly to mostly sunny skies throughout the day today. Cooler today than it was yesterday, but still mild with a high of 60, and we had a low temperature this morning of 41 degrees. In Havre, we had a high temperature of 62 degrees and a low temperature of 33 this morning. Right now, it is cool outside. Its temperatures are in the mid to upper 30s and low 40s. So if you are going to head out and check out the northern lights tonight, make sure you take that jacket with you. As we go through the rest of tonight, cloud cover is going to be increasing from west to east. So if you do want to see the northern lights, I suggest doing so over the next couple of hours. An upper level ridge will be in complete control of our weather tomorrow, so we are going to get a much needed break from the wind, and it will be mostly cloudy and mild. On Thursday, we are going to have strong southwesterly flow aloft as an upper level trough begins to approach our area. This will allow the wind to increase and it will bring some much warmer air into Montana. Highs in the 60s and potentially even the low 70s in some spots. And then that trough will work its way through our area as we head into Friday. For the rest of tonight, we are going to have increasing clouds from west to east. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy to overcast skies throughout the day. Most locations will be dry, but a few isolated rain showers will be possible during the morning. And then as we head into tomorrow night, we are going to have partly to mostly cloudy skies. For the rest of tonight, little to no wind for most of us, but along the Rocky Mountain front, it will continue to be a little bit breezy. And then the best news of all is that tomorrow we finally get a much needed break from the wind. Sustained wind speeds in most spots will be below 15 miles per hour for the entire day. The one exception will be along the Rocky Mountain front where sustained wind speeds are going to be between 10 and 20 miles per hour. So it is going to be a bit breezy tomorrow. Then the wind will increase as we head into Thursday. Tonight, a chilly night. Low temperatures in the mid to upper 20s and low to mid 30s. Tomorrow, another mild day with highs in the 50s to near 60 degrees. And then warm on Thursday with highs in the 60s and a couple spots may top out in the 70s.